Thank you for joining us. This is Health Your Own Way podcast, and I'm
So,
your
welcome
host,
to another
Relaxx.
episode. Today, we're going to be discovering the difference between intermittent silence and meditation. And my guest today is Dr. Krishna Bhatta. He's an author, inventor. He's also an expert in the study of intermittent silence, meditation, and Gita. Is it Gita, right? I said it right?
Correct.
Good, perfect. And has created a Relaxx app that serves as a gateway to finding peace and happiness. So I want to say thank you for being part of this process with me. I want to learn, and I'm really grateful that we get to do this together today.
No, that's great. Thank you. And I like your title, Health Your Own Way. That's
I,
good.
I,
Yeah.
I'm. It's true because everybody, as you mentioned, as you can tell, has their own version that fits them. No one person's the same, right? So I thought
Right.
it kind of fits it.
Yeah. No,
I think for a lot of people
perfect.
I appreciate that. I think for a lot of people that are watching or listening, what is intermittent silence and meditation? Like I've never heard of this before to a certain extent.
Yeah.
So can you educate us, please?
So let's talk about intermittent silence, right? So this is a term I coined recently because there has been some confusion. Meditation, when you say meditation, there is 2,000 or more techniques, and everybody has their own way of putting their guided meditation, non-guided meditation, big meditation retreats. But there is something that's common to all of the meditation. That's the component I packaged like intermittent silence. So when you have money, and we have money these days, many people have money, we like overspending, right? We go shopping and then returning, and when we have enough food, we like overeating. I mean, I love sweets. I can go eat sweets all day. you know. so, so so then there came out, the intermittent fasting, or try to curtail your spending. We have a mind, and mind, I say we like over minding,
Okay.
especially in the days of digital world. It's like we are always flipping through the cell phone or the iPad or the laptop, or talking with somebody. So we like to be overactive with our mind. So intermittent silence is a 10-minute exercise every day to give your brain a rest. That's one of the primary purposes. But it has so many benefits that it's worth practicing.
Okay. So I
So
think,
that's
go ahead, finish. Sorry.
no, I mean, you go ahead and then we will tell the components of, I mean, how have I structured it to make it consistent for everybody to practice.
So what I understand is it's more of making sure that during the day, because the way we live our life, we're always constantly busy, we overuse it. So having intermittent silence is more like a 10-minute break so like you get to stop and recharge. That's what I understood from you.
That's perfect understanding.
Okay.
Yeah. And that is one way you can guide your own health, like
I like that. I like that. And I think a lot of people, as you said, you coined the terminology, but has the practice been there for a long period of time? Like how long has it been a practice per se?
it has been part of practice, part of meditation practice. But people did not communicate as if it is a separate entity. And the reason I separated it
Oh,
because it's common to all the meditations.
okay.
So
So that makes sense.
it's like when you say, this is an example I give, like you say you are going to Himalayas. That's a huge area, or you're going to Nigeria. It's a big country. You have to have certain areas that you go. But when you go to Himalayas or you go to Nigeria, there are certain things we all pack.
Okay.
And so for going to Himalayas, you'll pack some hiking boots or winter boots, warm clothing, oxygen maybe, or at least you will arrange for all that. That is where any place you go, you will need that. The
Okay.
same going on vacation, you have a package that you need. You need your swim trunk, you need your Hawaii
Essentials.
essentials, right? So intermittent silence is that kind of a package which you need um, to do any meditation, but at the same time, it's a complete package in itself.
Okay. So I think I understand what you're saying. And so I'll tell you what I understood. When you meditate, it's never been a terminology that people are aware of. Like it's basically a component of how people meditate. Like there's pieces of stuff that you need to carry this with you on a day-to-day basis to help you I think to help you deal with stress life or issues. So intermittent silence allows, I'm sorry, maybe I'm not understanding. So help
No,
me out.
you are getting it.
Oh,
It
okay.
allows you got the part that it gives rest to brain, right?
Okay.
That part is clear. Now it's much more than that. So
Okay.
let's talk about the four components, and then you can understand it better.
Please. Okay. Go ahead.
So the first one is close your mouth.
Okay.
So when you close your mouth, you are without words for 10 minutes, without expression, without communication. So our mouth and body language is a ministry of expression or ministry of communication, right?
Okay.
It's that part. So you are giving the part of brain that deals with that rest for 10 minutes. Then you close your eyes. When you close your eyes, you are not just closing your eyes, you are giving rest to all the visual pathway inside your brain, but you are also turning yourself, your observation outside, you are observing inside.
Okay.
And
I'm
then,
with you. I'm with you, Krishna.
yeah,
I'm with you.
yeah. And then silent listening. So you have all the sound around you. You just let the sound come through and pass by. Don't even acknowledge. Just be there and the sound with the sound, but not engaged with the sound. Just let it pass through all the sound that is around. I was talking to somebody today, and he said he practiced it, and he didn't know that many sound existed in his house. So when he was silent, he could hear all the clickings and clunks and the radiator going on. So it was interesting to hear how he was doing. I mean, I sometimes do it in the nature, where you can see the splashing of the waves, or
Oh, nice.
and the birds chirping, or the leaves rustling. I mean, the sound that normally we don't hear. When you become silent listeners, you just do that. And then the fourth one is silent watching of your thoughts. So when your thoughts are coming, just let it go through. But if you get engaged, or if a thought hijacks you, that's okay. You come back. Once you recognize, you come back to watching it. So this whole process, there is no distraction. No sound is a distraction. No thought is a distraction. It's just 10 minutes of silence, but silence includes these four components.
So with the silence, would that mean more of like a reflection of who you are and what's around you, and just bring you into the presence?
Yeah, you're not trying to use your mind. So there is no reflection, nothing, just pure silent. It can be uncomfortable when you try it first, because we are not used to being silent.
That's true. I'm one of those people. But go ahead. I'm one of those people. I'm not going to lie to you, doctor. I'm one of those people. So go ahead.
So when you're silent, it's a new world that
Yes.
you are getting into.
So, and I like that.
But it is, the new doors start opening. And let me tell you what kind of doors can open. So when you you observe inside, there is a big world inside as well. So you get the hang of looking inside yourself, what is inside you, and what kind of thoughts are coming, and what type of thoughts are going. I mean, like I said, the sound that didn't exist, he could hear those sounds and again, expression and communication that we talked about. Instead of expressing outside, you can start expressing and communicating inside. Let me give you an example. So so after you have practiced silence for 5 or 10 minutes, you go in that world and create your own atmosphere or theater. So you create this theater in which you can create characters you want. And
Okay.
that's positive power of positive imaging, not just positive thinking. Really, you create that. So I had a patient who once told me that he gave me a book to read and before I do his surgery. And the book was called Positive Imaging by Reverend Vincent Peale. It's a popular book. And so I read it, and it's a nice book. But he said, why did he give me? So after the surgery, he told me he had been practicing this, imaging, not imagining, imaging. So he will lie down and image that I'm doing the surgery. He's lying on the table. Everything is going well. So the beauty of that in silence, in your own theater, you can control how things act out or work out.
I like
So
what you're saying. Go ahead,
So
sorry.
in surgery, if I'm going to do a big surgery, I will rehearse myself with positive imaging rather than just reading the steps. So that way, what happens when you go to do the thing, 90% of that you have already done, and you are ready for 10% if things go differently. You see what I'm saying? Like you rehearse your interview. So that gives you a powerful tool to use. So, in a way, I should say that when you do go silent for 10 minutes, you are going to the source of inside you where you find the force. And that, the Star Wars, the force be with you.
I get that. I get what you're
So
saying. I get what you're
yeah,
saying. I think for
yeah,
me, it's
try it
intermittent.
out.
I am going to. I think it's more of, I know it's not reflection, but more of finding yourself again. Because sometimes
Right,
we're so busy
exactly.
doing,
Yeah.
like just coming there and go, okay, you know what? I need to relax. And it goes you from you. Some people go from 0 to 100. I'm one of those people. And so just to stay still and just to feel and just be calm and learn how to reduce your stress level, it's a great tool for
Oh,
any future.
it will do much more than reducing your stress level.
I just keep saying
You
that because
you
I'm always stressed, but that's why I'm just saying
no,
that, doctor.
it's a journey. It's an exploration.
I can see that.
Let me give you another example.
Okay.
And this one, so that was the communication and expression.
Okay.
And the last one was watching your thoughts, right? And the observing and listening, that's that's just helping you, in whichever way you go. So watching your thoughts, you will also notice that we all have inner conversation.
Yes.
So now you can control that inner conversation, and you do it in two ways. There are two kinds of inner conversation. One is the kind that people who invent, or like when you thought of doing a podcast, something came from inside you, right? And you want to do it. In this technique, now you can go deeper inside and see where it's coming from and what new thoughts are coming. So that part of inner conversation can really guide you in many ways. And these are things that you're not planning. This just, it's like sometimes there is a problem in life and your mother will say, sleep on it. And the answer appears by next day or something, it's like, so
I
that
get it.
the sleep on it means something is coming from inside telling you this thing. So that inner conversation, the one that is intrinsic in you. The second one, I say, you can have your inner conversation. If you have an issue and you want to think about it, just go into your silence first, go into that 10-minute silence period. And now you can pick that thought that you want to dwell on or think on or focus on. It's a much better way of doing rather than doing it in the noisy world.
I think I now I think I know. I get what you're saying 100%. I think what I'm getting from you is that when you're silent, there's sometimes so much noise around you that you don't get to really hear what your mind's trying to say, what some of the solutions that your problems are. So when you're stopping and closing your eyes, now that inside dialogue, that small little voice is trying to yell at you and you can't hear because it's been blocked by everything else. Now it's getting an opportunity to actually, you get an opportunity to hear it. It gets your presence, and that can help you. And that makes so much sense.
And you can manipulate. So, many people say you are what you think, or thoughts are so powerful, right? And you seem to agree with that. But then think of this thing, that every minute you have about 40 to 60 thoughts.
Okay.
Which one thought is the important one?
The present.
Well, or the one that matters, right?
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
And I love when I see, some movie where there is a bomb and bomb disposal guy comes and he's trying to figure out, whether to cut the red one or the blue one.
Okay, well, go ahead, Krishna. Go ahead.
So, how important that one wire is, one decision, that one thought. And our life is a series of, so at least for surgeons, when you are doing surgery, it's a series of one thought that, you can't cut the wrong thing. You can't take that chance, right?
Yeah, because you either take someone's life, or you can take your life, depending on what the
Yeah.
choice is.
Or
And
in
I
the case
think,
of bomb, you blow up.
yeah, that's what that was meant in
Blow up.
respect to the bomb. Yeah, you don't want to do that. And I know that we mentioned earlier that you created an app called, and it's called Relaxx. Can you just
With
tell us
2x. Relax
2x?
with,
Relaxx.
yeah,
Thank you, sir.
yeah.
I think for us is, why did you feel like the Relaxx app was needed, and what is it? What can you do with it? Like, just give us some background on what the Relaxx app is.
So, Relaxx app, one of the reason I created, because I have been doing meditation for a long time, and I have created a lot of meditations as well. And there are calming apps out there.
Okay, we're gonna redo that. Okay, what? That's so. Okay, so it's
So,
okay. Okay, no, don't answer. I gotta repeat my question. Krishna. Okay. So for a lot of people out there, okay, we'll wait, Krishna. Okay, ready? So for a
yeah.
lot of people out there, you created an app called Relaxx with 2x. I think if you tell us why you felt like it was needed, and what can we use, how can we use it?
Yeah, so Relaxx with 2x, and there is a website called relaxx.org where you can find links to download, but you should be able to search it on App Store or Android.
Congratulations, though.
No, thank you. So it fills the gap that was not there. So
Okay.
there are many apps for relaxation, and some of them are very successful, and I respect them because they have created a whole area where people can benefit from things like that, to find peace and sleep better and reduce stress. Relaxx does all those things, but it also takes you to a deeper level of meditation where you can explore in different areas. Like we have a body, physical body, we take care of it. We do exercise, we um, find comfortable surroundings, create comfortable places for body, dress nicely sometimes.
I like when you
But
said the sometimes part. I like the part you said the sometimes. Sorry. Go ahead, Krishna. Go ahead.
and then there is also an energy body,
Okay.
which we don't pay too much attention. I mean, some people do, but we don't really, it's not a common conversation in mainstream. Chinese call it qi, Japanese call it ki, and Eastern places call it chakras, which there is
Okay.
a lot of chakra-based meditation. And it's like sometimes you feel something great and you feel like goosebumps, and I mean those are properties of energy body. So this one has a lot of energy body, meditations, and there are practices like Reiki or remote energy healing, but it's not in the mainstream, right? I mean, some people
Sure.
will, yeah. Then it has also talks about, there is body, there is mind. Everyone knows about body, mind, and we do a lot of things that, to benefit our body and mind. But the app also gets into a third element, which I think we are all born with three elements, not just two elements: body, mind, and the flame of consciousness. And that flame of consciousness is your own, like, health your own. I like that because it's your own consciousness, your personal consciousness, your individual consciousness. So of the three, the physical body ages and like it gets into, we all die one day. The mind is smart and everything, but if there is no body, this mind can't do anything. And if there is no body, even the flame can't do anything. But flame is something that doesn't go away. It doesn't decay. It doesn't die. So
Okay.
after your physical death, whatever achievements or whatever improvements or whatever growth you have done to the flame continues on beyond you. That little flame is what is left with a little thing called awareness.
Okay.
So if you had no awareness, you won't know about the flame. So when you close your eyes and try to meditate or be silent, the watcher, the witness, that is the flame.
Okay.
And you can find more about that by, inner observation or inner listening that we talked about. So it sounds so simple, that 10 minutes, but it's amazing. Things can, you can start experiencing things that you have never done before. But do it the same time, same day, same time, same place, if you can. And 10 minutes a day.
When you say it sounds simple, like the concept of the words that you say, like the words is simple, but completing it is not simple. And I say this because as a society, sitting down for that 10 minutes of silence and doing it, a lot of people struggle with that because they have so much external forces out there that prevents them from doing that. And I think you're right that, you have to take priority because the mind and the body and the soul and the flame, like those are things that not social, society itself doesn't discuss. People do experience that. And I think if we had the opportunity, if it was more mainstream to a certain extent, not commercialized, but we actually took more time to really understand who we are as a self and calm ourselves down, I think a lot of issues that people have out there could be rectified if they understood what their actual trigger points are. And
No,
that's my,
I agree.
yeah.
I agree. The concept is simple, but doing it, 10 minutes of silence is harder to do than 1 hour of guided meditation, because in guided, somebody is telling you and you're moving along. When you are all on your own, but
But
if
you
you
need
get
it.
past that, it's just amazing.
It's true. Like in anything you do, you're always going to be a beginner. The first part, like even though I'm in the fitness industry, just with my own clients, the first part from them is making that lifestyle change. It's hard, but once you make that,
Once
it
it becomes
becomes,
a routine,
yeah, a norm. It's in you. Like you can't
yeah,
not do it because that's what gives you the peace that you're looking for.
yeah. No,
Or
you will have exact experience of what I'm saying.
yeah.
Getting people to move from A to B is harder, but once they get to the B,
It's like they'll be like they look at you like, where were you all this years? I was like, I've been trying to I'm just like but I think for many people that are, watching or listening, if they were
yeah,
interested in learning more about, Relaxx with an X or just your service itself, what is the best platform to reach you out on?
yeah, my website is a good place. If they want to contact, there is a contact form. But uh, the app itself, I've made it in a way where it becomes your Relaxx app becomes your portable guru
Okay.
and portable companion. It has
I
a
like
lot of
that.
things, a lot of things, but I think you can start with intermittent silence, and you can go as deep as yoga nidra, or you can go into chakra meditations, and there is a power chakra meditation. But those are a little advanced, once you start doing, some simple ones. But it has a whole gamut, whole package for anyone who wants to get into this journey. And I
So
think it's a
it's
beautiful, beautiful journey.
I like that too. So just to be clear, it is good for beginners because there are going to be people that are more advanced. So it could be for any stage in where you are
Right.
in
Yeah.
meditation. Okay,
Yeah.
we are going to have that app details on the screen because I know you gave it to us earlier. So with that said, I think I've learned a lot. I think I might, after this conversation, might try to sit there for 10 minutes. Not going to promise you that it's going to be working for me. Like I just to sit down for 10 minutes.
But
I think I'm going to try.
try that with the app, because there is a, I mean, there is a 1 minute, you know,
Timer?
well, there is a 1 minute, guide of my voice. Then there is a timer. Then there is a music at the end.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, yeah.
I'll try it then. I appreciate that. Before I let you go, is there anything that you want to add or say in respects to the benefits of intimate silence?
No, but I'm very glad to meet you, and thanks for
Likewise,
having me. Yeah,
I appreciate this. This conversation has been surprisingly educational for me because, again, like I understood this
I
intimate and
like.
medication. I'm being honest. It was like I'm being honest, but it was nice. It was really nice. Sorry, go ahead, Krishna.
No, no, thank you. You said, kind of educational, so
No, what I mean is kind of educational is that you hear a lot of stuff, but you don't expect to be like, okay, open your eyes. So it now for me, what I want to do is do more research and see how it's going to benefit me.
oh,
Like you can
that's
only do
great.
so much. Yeah, like you can
Yeah,
only do so much. You can't tell me
right.
everything, right? So it
No,
gives me a piece of education that I'm like, okay, this is what it can do for me. Now it's my turn to take the next step and say, okay, how can I apply this to my life and how can this benefit me? So I'm not going to say
no,
I've learned everything I need to learn today. I haven't. I need to do my research now.
no, thank you. Thank
And I'm
you.
going to start with your app. I'm going to start with your app, Krishna. All right. So I'm not going to hold you back anymore, Krishna. Thank you for your time, sir.
No, that was perfect. No, thank you. Thank you.
Have a good day, sir.
Good day.
Bye.
We're glad to have you join us. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, share with anyone that needs to be empowered and inspired, and don't forget to join us next week for the next episode of Health Your Way Podcast.